Hey, want to know something really cool? Sharks are older than trees? Wait, what? How can that be? I mean, I love trees. They're everywhere. And sharks, well, they're kind of scary. So how could it be that one is younger than the other? Well, it's all about when life on Earth began. Let us go back in time to over 400 million years ago, to when the first sharks were swimming in the oceans. At that time, the planet looked very different. There were no trees, no forests, not even any wood. In fact, wood didn't exist until about 385 million years ago. The oldest trees we know of are these ones right here, the Archaeopteris. These plants were some of the first to grow vascular tissue, which allowed them to grow up out of the water and become the first trees on land. But they also produced woody tissues, which made them stronger and more rigid. This adaptation allowed them to grow even taller. And we know that because scientists found the fossilized remains of these ancient trees in places like Ireland and China. But wait a minute, if the first trees only evolved about 385 million years ago, then the Earth must have been around at least that long, right? Wrong, the Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago. But it took over 100 million years for life to appear, and the conditions on the early Earth were pretty harsh. I mean, it was pretty much a hot, toxic water world. It was only after the oceans started to cool down and the atmosphere started to develop that life could finally emerge. And even then, it took a while for the first organisms to start growing out of the water onto land. But before any of that could happen, sharks had already been swimming around in the oceans for millions of years. You see, sharks evolved during the Silurian period, which lasted from about 443 million to 416 million years ago. That means that sharks have been around for at least 25 million years longer than trees. Now you might be thinking, okay, but the Silurian period was a long time ago. Surely trees had evolved by then, right? Nope, not even close. The thing is, there wasn't much life on Earth during the Silurian period, just microscopic bacteria, and algae in the oceans, and a few odd creatures that would eventually evolve into modern-day vertebrates like us. In fact, sharks were the apex predators of the Silurian seas, which means that they were at the top of the food chain with nothing to eat them. That's how they became the oldest major group of living animals on Earth. I mean, the next oldest group of animals are these guys, the lampreys. And they didn't evolve until about 100 million years after the sharks did. That's like the difference between your great-great-great-grandfather and you. Yeah, sharks have been around a long time. The reason we know all this is because of fossils. See, when sharks died, their bodies would sink to the bottom of the ocean and get buried under layers of sediment. Over millions of years, their hard tissues like bones and teeth would turn into rock. And when scientists find those fossils, they can use them to learn about how sharks evolved and how they've changed over time. But why do sharks have teeth made of rock anyway? I mean, teeth are great and all, but I'd rather have bone teeth. Well, you see, shark teeth aren't actually teeth. They're modified scales from their skin. See, sharks don't have any nipples or eyelids either. Those are things that evolved over time. And scientists think that the reason why is because sharks lost the genes that code for them. And that happened when a virus infected a very early ancestor of modern sharks and caused it to go extinct. But the good news is that the same virus also gave rise to the first jawed fish, which includes sharks, rays, as well as our distant fishy ancestors. And that's what enabled sharks to become the apex predators they are today. So next time someone tells you that you look like a shark, just remember, without jaws, you wouldn't even exist. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. Seriously, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Our team is all about making science fun and engaging for everyone out there.